This is Dr. Brimhall again from the Brimhall Wellness Center. Last night, as I was trying to go to bed, I walk in. My wife likes to watch TV for some reason to go to sleep, and I happened to catch the news spot where they were talking about medication that specifically was linked to hair loss. And one of the things I have people ask me about a lot of times, especially ladies, is and they're losing hair. What I found interesting, I did some research on it, and one of the places I look at is called the Women's Hair Loss Project. And on that site, they list a bunch of different medications that there's anyway from anticoagulants to heart medication to blood pressure medications to one that really kind of shocked me was birth control pills that are associated with hair loss. A lot of the antidepressants are associated with hair loss in women. The other one they mentioned last night specifically was some of the anti-inflammatories like Advil. But they just said, if you stay off of those things, specifically the Advil, for 9 months, the hair loss will probably come back. Or not come back. The hair loss will probably, be fine, and your hair will start growing back. Last I checked, my wife would not be happy if that was that way. So anyway, what sparked my mind, I wanted to let you guys know that. Be aware of the medication you're on. Read the side effects. Medication is designed to be used when they need to be used, but we need to know what effects there are. So if you're struggling with hair loss, you want to consider why, and if those medications are part of it, talk to your physician about that. It's a very common complaint we have here, people having hair loss, especially ladies. So one thing we use is what's called the product called the Max or Balance, and that has what's called silica or ultrasalicylic acid. Now that particular nutrient is specific for hair growth. Okay, and so very common we have people do that. Their hair will want to quit falling out, but the other thing it'll do it actually causes new hair growth. Now the same tissue that makes up hair makes up bone. And so one of the other things we use a lot is called ossiplex, because when we're dealing with people with bone loss, when I'm working on people, that's they're showing people have low back pain, is because some of the time it's because of bone loss. And so we need to factor and make sure they're having the right nutrients so that when we're doing our chiropractic stuff, that they get the benefit, and if they're having bone loss, they may not. And so using products like this that has a combination of the silica, the vitamin D, and the calcium, we're able to get the results with them physically, but at the same time lessen that bone loss. But so that's a good tidbit for you. If you didn't see it, I looked up on the news, but a lot of those medications that you're on may be part of the problem, but work with your medical doctors and knowing what's right for you and when you need them. If you're dealing with hair loss, I would definitely consider looking at what we use called Max, but specifically a very high quality silica. So good luck out there, and stay abreast of what's happening.